Hey guys, Dan Malone here from MassLive.com, alongside, as always, Andrew Sear of the Massachusetts Daily Collegian. We're coming to you from the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, where UMass just knocked off Rhode Island 67-62 in what is technically the second round of the A-10 tournament here. But for UMass and Rhode Island, it was both their first game, and now UMass with the win is moving on to the quarterfinals. They're going to take on VCU on Friday at 6:30 p.m. right back here. But that's a full day from now. There's a lot to unpack with this game here. Kind of a surprise for me that UMass pulled it out. Maybe even more of a surprise that they pulled it out after giving up an 18-point lead with a Jared Terrell three-pointer that looked like it was going to be a backbreaker late in regulation there. But UMass kind of got bailed out on its own thanks to a Trey Davis three-pointer with 33 seconds left. A nice little step back over former Glenn right in front of the UMass bench that gave UMass a 4-point cushion in that half minute. They kind of, they put it away at the free throw line, and, they live to see another day. Their season lives on. They're moving on to the quarterfinals.
They did, and as you were watching that game unfold, a lot of people are probably thinking to themselves, is this really going to happen again?
Yeah, just the St. Bonaventure game. They were up 18 points not too long ago. They gave that one away and lost it. And they actually held on this time.
Yeah, and when you look to that shot by Davis, just absolute, just killer shot. Former Glenn was all over him, had that step back, kind of fading away off to the wing, hit nothing but the bottom of the net, and just those are the kind of shots, if you're Kellogg and you're UMass, you want those in the hands of your senior guard, your best player, your team leader. You want the ball in his hands in those situations. And you saw, even on the possession beforehand, got former Glenn up in the air, drew the foul, made both free throws.
He had to give UMass the lead back after the Terrell shot. So he was huge in the second half. He scored 20 points, 14 in the second half. He got to the line a ton. He was driving the lane. He's a guy who averages over 7 threes a game attempted. And here he was driving over and over again into the lane. I don't know how much of that was their strategy going in. Derek Kellogg said it was part of they were just taking what Rhode Island was giving them because they knew going in that they were going to take a bunch of threes. And he got off to kind of a slow start, and they didn't really need him at the beginning because Jabari Hines was so good.
Yeah, he was so good. He had 17 in that first half. He was red hot to start the game.
He was fantastic. Yeah. He was making tough shots too.
Yeah,
not just easy wide open looks. He was shooting over guys, some kind of mid-range two-pointers. It was really impressive.
Yeah, it seems like it was a long week ago that UMass had only scored 12 points against URI at Ryan Center.
They had 13 points in like 4 minutes in this game. It's like, they figured it out.
And you look to that first half, everything was going UMass's way. They were firing on all cylinders. They were shooting the ball well. But in that stretch where when URI took the lead for the first time tonight, UMass missed 14 straight shots from the field in that game. They were
over 10 minutes. They went without a free goal.
They were surviving on free throws, and they missed, I think it was 7 missed layups or tip-ins. So it just goes to show you they were missing point-blank range. But one thing that I thought that really stood out to me was that UMass got out-rebounded 41-32.
Yeah.
And normally when you
see the offensive glass too.
Exactly. When you see those kind of numbers, you don't really expect a team to win by 5 points and win regardless, especially because in a conference like the A-10, you need to have guys rebounding, especially despite it being a guard-heavy league. Having the interior presence really separates teams from kind of the middle of the pack to the real contenders in this league. But just overall, really resilient win from UMass. They got a very tough VCU game coming up tomorrow. But tonight, like you said, Trey Davis, Jabari Hines once again stole the show. And those are the two guys, him, Dante Clark. We knew coming into the A-10 tournament that those 3 guys, at least 2 of those guys, if not all 3, we're going to have to really play well if UMass wants to go on some sort of a run. We saw 2 today. Dante Clark did all right, finished with 8 points. Not the most Dante Clark-esque performance we've seen from him, but nonetheless, the 2 senior guards really showed why seniors are so important this time of year.
Yeah, I said going in that those 3 needed to combine for 50 points for them to win this game. They combined for 49. Dan Hurley, the Rhode Island coach, said that they wanted to keep those 3 under 40. They obviously didn't get that done, and they lost because of it. Also got some nice contributions offensively from Rashawn Holloway, who scored 10 points. He's reached double figures in 3 of the last 4 games. He's got some nice moves in the paint when he can kind of get himself comfortable in there. He did miss a bunch of kind of point-blank shots. He left at least 10 points on the table tonight between free throw misses and just balls kind of just lipping out of the cup, fractions of inches on some of these. But he tried to boost. They got a couple threes from C.J. Anderson and Seth Berger. They're going to need, on top of kind of that guard trio doing their thing every night, they're going to need some guys to chip in with some points here and there. I don't know how much of it is going to come from Antoine Space putting up 3-pointers, but they need some guys on especially tomorrow against VCU, where they beat VCU back in Amherst. That was until tonight, that was their win of the year.
Yeah.
And they're going to need a lot more of that going into this game tomorrow. VCU is rested; they haven't played. I mean, they got the double bye through the play-in games, through the second round into the quarterfinals. They're going to be motivated to kind of get back at UMass for that loss that kind of put them into a bit of a tumble and put their tournament bid, their NCAA tournament bid in question. It's going to be a tough game, but at least UMass is in position where they can kind of try to steal that. And just personally, I didn't think they were going to be in that position, so shame on me for not believing, I guess. But they got it done, and they live to see another day.
Yep, and we're back here same time tomorrow, 6:30 tip-off. You get to hear from us in about 24 hours again. Your favorite thing of the day.
Looking forward to it. Thanks.